Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
Today's episode of The Mike O'Mara Show is brought to you by our bonus packages. Please go to MikeO'MaraShow.com and click on the bonus banner. You'll get access to all of our bonus content, and even better, you'll be helping out TMOS. So please quit sucking, and we thank you.
Available on demand every day in iTunes and the Google Play Store, and around the world on MikeO'MaraShow.com. What more can we do for you? It's The Mike O'Mara Show.
Let me just say that the beating that Robb Spiewak has taken this week on the Mike O'Mara Show is unprecedented. And I just think the pounding that man takes on a daily basis, not only hitting his head in the bathroom sink, which was painful, but every day to come in here and just be the subject of just ridiculous amounts of scrutiny. And I'm really frustrated about that. But apparently Robb Spiewak is not, because he is brought once again. Oh, there you are in slow motion again. Yeah. All right.
You look great,
You
Mike.
look awesome.
You look great. If
I
you
know.
don't highlight
It's
it,
killing me.
then you're a
It's killing
professional
me.
and you
We
mow,
have an
mow
issue.
through.
We have an issue.
We do.
have an issue
You do.
with connectivity.
You do.
It's senior citizenry.
What do you think? It's on my end with 280 megs?
No, I think it's probably on both ends, but we have to move forward because we're professionals and we actually do our
No,
show.
I'm not a professional enough to move forward. It's driving me nuts. Like
Mike,
4 days of this.
you
You know
talk-
what professional is? Taking a problem that we've had and fixing it before we do a show. That's what professional is. And I'm frustrated when it's like, I'm just going to show our audience,
Okay.
for those of you that are watching on camera, how I saw Oscar Santana moving not 30 seconds ago. As I began the show,
Right.
after we went, it's okay, which it's always been. It's never not been okay. And this is what I see. So my professionalism's limits are having the platform to do. I need the tools to do my show. If I don't have the tools,
Okay.
I can't do my show.
Fair.
I can't fake it.
Fair.
But getting back, I'm not going to argue with
I'll
it.
give you-
But back to Robb Spiewak. So anyway, what is your
give you a
embarrassing
solution.
story?
Okay, as you know, I live in the outskirts of town, a few cities away from downtown D.C., and because of this, when I come to work and go home...
Leesburg.
Yes, I take something called the Dulles Toll Road, which is an expressway that connects
No one
essentially...
cares. Everybody knows.
Yeah, your minutia with your local stuff is you are now on a worldwide podcast.
Okay.
So when
It's
you
one
mention
of your highways to get to work. That's all you
when
have to
you
say.
mention Dulles Toll Road, it's no longer we cannot do it anymore. You mentioned the region. You live in Northern Virginia, a suburb of Washington.
It's key
That's
to
it.
the story, Mike.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes, we get it, but don't tell
Because,
us where it's
Oscar,
located in the
you
world.
really have no place in this right now.
I
All right,
live
go
here,
ahead.
man. I know what you're talking about, and I'm tired of the
And
toll
because
road being
it is
described to me.
because it is a toll road, you have to pay a toll.
No,
That's key
shit.
to the story.
Yes, it's a toll road. We get that. A toll means you pay.
Taking a
Ladies
toll
and gentlemen,
right
in
now.
case you weren't aware of it right now, this is a Friday show.
It
This
is
is a
indeed.
back from vacation
Ready to
Friday show. You
fight.
could go back. You could go back and look and listen to all of them, and they're always like this. All right, get on with your.
Now, a toll
Get on
road,
with the tedium.
as you know, many places all across this fine land of ours, there's something called Speed Pass. It is a thing that you stick to your windshield so that
Easy
you don't have
Pass,
to pay.
Speed Pass.
Yeah, you don't have
Right.
to pay as you go through the toll.
Sun Pass in Florida.
Oh, yeah.
And I think most of them
Right
How's
are.
that for my minutia?
I think most of them actually are all wired together, so you can use the same pass all up and down the East
Across
Coast.
the country.
Right.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, but let's get mired in details,
Yes,
Mike.
please.
Why don't you just calm down?
I'm
Why
not
don't you
the one
calm
that
down?
got worked up.
You know, I could.
All right, but yes, please, I'd love to
I've
entertain a
always,
question.
I've been working with you for 25 years.
Yes.
I'd love to take you to monology, monologist camp.
Okay.
It would. But go ahead. All
No,
right,
you had a
please.
question.
No,
All
I
right.
don't.
I have a
Now
question.
that you were a smart
I
ass,
have a
I don't.
question.
All right.
What?
Do you ever wonder why the Velcro on back of those passes is so abrasive?
Yeah, it is really. I actually when I had
Great Velcro.
It's the best. When I got the new car, I had to send for new Velcro because I tried to
but
buy
let me
two-sided
point out
Velcro.
to you. So that was the question I was going to ask, since he brought it up.
Okay.
It was not that why is the Velcro so. My question is, do you still have the clunky 13-inch television that you literally have to mount on your windshield, or are you like Florida, which has just a tiny little sticker that actually does
Oh,
the
it's a
same
sticker?
thing? Well, it's far superior technology, is what it is.
Mine is like about the size of a deck of cards.
No, you
They're
haven't
big here.
upgraded.
Mike,
No,
they're
you
big.
haven't
They're
upgraded
big
because
here.
they haven't upgraded.
They actually have a
Because-
switch on ours in DC that could say, "Oh, I'm riding with 3 people. I'm riding with 4
Oh, that's
people."
the newest upgrade. Yeah, because they have the for the HOV lanes. They've added a switch.
I don't live there anymore,
I call
but I
this,
still hate it so much.
This is the fucking because you have to pay for your new receiver. If
It
you
is.
don't have it, you pay more
It
on
is.
these tolls.
Oh, and they are
So-
and they're screwed because of the government shutdown. No one's on the road. Remember when it cost $35 to take Route 66?
Yeah.
It was $4.50 this morning.
yeah.
They're not getting
Yeah.
any money.
Look, it is the Washington. Every
this.
major metropolitan area has this, but the DC suburbs, where the home of many government workers, just the crap they give John and Jane Q working man is stunning to me. The hassle you've got now, the 95 corridor that comes up for you between Northern Virginia and Washington D.C. has been rated in the nation as the worst commute in the United States.
Number one!
The
The worst in the United States. And they all have the same houses, and they all have the same kitchens, and they all have new bathrooms, and they all have a brand new Kia, and they drone on every single day, and they want to kill each other by the end of the week. Go ahead, Rob Spiewak.
So when you go through the toll, as you know, there's that arm. The arm
Yeah,
that
an
lifts.
arm goes.
Yeah.
Yes. A gate.
And the thing that has troubled me for the 10 plus years that I have been using this route is that when I drive through, and they say drive through at like 30, 25 miles an hour, when you drive through, what if the arm doesn't go up? And that's always been in the back of my head.
Now I'm
What
listening.
if the arm doesn't go up? But it's
Now I'm
never been a
curious.
problem. Never been a problem. Every time. Sometimes as fast as 40 miles an hour. Zoom! And the arm is up and you're through and you're on your way home. You're on your way to work.
I have blown through that thing and been like,
I've done
"Oh,
it.
this is going to
I've
be
done
bad
it.
news."
And that's where it's good technology because the thing goes.
Yep.
yeah.
That's the way. But if they still have the arm.
But the thing that always is in the back of my mind is just one little mix up, and that arm doesn't go up, and you're going through it even 25 miles an hour. That's too fast.
I bet you it's flexible.
It's not flexible.
That's a show right there. That's a show. We can now just
Now,
so you
I
did
can
you
say,
did it.
I can say that they do make allowances for people like me that screw up, but it's not flexible.
Okay.
What happened surprised me. I was zipping
When
through.
was this morning?
Yesterday afternoon, going
Okay.
home probably about 3:00.
Got it.
Zooming through, and you get to the there's like 8 lanes that go to 6,
Mm-hmm.
and so you choose your lane, and you always try to choose one that doesn't have as many cars as the other because there's always 1,000 cars, and
Right.
I choose, just if you care, third from the left is
Okay.
where I'm going.
Right in the middle.
There's a couple crossovers in front of me because it's Leesburg and everyone has a black crossover, and zip, arm up through, zip,
What's
arm
a
up
black
through.
cross? Oh, a black crossover.
Yeah,
Black
Like a
automobile.
car, like a
Every
car.
car looks the
Okay.
same. It could be
SUV
made by
car.
Jeep, could be made by Ford, could be
Right.
made by Chevy, Kia,
Right.
as you mentioned, but they're all the same. And
Right.
I go through, the arm comes down, I go through, and amazingly, the little mini stoplight in front of me to the left that
That
has
turns
the,
red or green based on whether you have a speed pass
or
or
if you get the magical low bow, sometimes it says low balance, but it still goes up. I go through and I'm moving, I would say.
Now, when he says that, this is where I do want to include
Okay.
the low bow he's talking about. Is there's a stoplight that has green and red, and then there's a
Like a yellow.
little LED display that lets you know what's going on, like
Yeah.
paid.
Yeah.
It says paid.
Or
normally.
Sun Pass Go.
That's
Like
right.
We're ready to go.
Welcome to
Exactly.
Florida. And so
Exactly.
I'm coming through, and, always in the back of my mind, has been for a decade. Hope it works.
What
And
is your estimated speed?
At this point, I'm saying 30, which is,
30's not bad. You're supposed to be rolling 15, if I'm not mistaken, or 5.
Yeah, but who doesn't go 30?
Well, you
I
know
just
what?
wanted to make sure the speed was reasonable.
yeah, going through.
30's not terrible for this
No.
technology.
And I look, and the red light, still red. Still red. Closing in. I've hit my brake a little bit because of the cars in front of me, but I'm still going probably 25 to 30 miles an hour. The light, still red. I said, you know what? Maybe this once I touch the brake. And so I touch the brake, and I'm slowing down, but not fast enough. And boom. Into the arm. Now, the arm, I've never spent this much extended period staring at the arm because now I've come to a full stop, and I'm right within a few feet of the stick, and I look at it. It is solid.
Hold on, I got questions.
Okay,
I got questions.
All right,
'cause this is where I want detail.
Yeah, don't mow through this.
I've come to a full stop because I hit the stick, and the stick is a breakaway. This I did not know.
So it's not flexible. It doesn't just bend; it breaks off.
It doesn't break off. It has like a hinge, and so it swung forward after I hit it. But it's still, I've made full contact. And when you hit, I would say roughly a 10-foot plank, even at only 12 miles an hour, it gives you a good start, and it makes a hell of a noise.
And that's what it's designed for.
Yeah,
but probably, I'm guessing, not designed to inflict any damage on your vehicle.
No. So I'm stopped, and I'm saying, I can't believe that just happened. And then I also think, I can't believe it's only happened once in 10 years. And then I'm thinking, I pay my speed pass. Why did this happen? And
you know what I'm thinking right now when I'm hearing you tell this story? I'm thinking, what about the people that are also going 30 in back of you that could kill you right now?
Also thought that.
Oh, my God.
Also thought that. Checked my rearview mirror. They were all come to a complete stop. Now, I know for people that have gone through without money before, once you enter that zone, you can't back up. That's not allowed. Yeah. So anyone who's in my lane now is there until I'm taken care of.
But you want to back up, don't you?
More than anything in the world. Mike, if I could, I'd like to back up, say, approximately 20 years. But not an option.
Right.
So, have you ever seen a fire hydrant wearing a reflective vest? No, but that's what I saw come out of the toll booth and approach me. That was the build of the woman that came to me. And
not a tall woman, kind of short, squat.
I would say thick set would be a good word. I just would. Just in case.
Like a small tailback in the NFL.
And she comes to me, and I roll down the window, and I'm still flipped out because of what has just happened. Only 20 seconds has transpired, but I just ran into this thing, and she looks at me, and I said, "Ma'am, I'm truly sorry." that was my first reaction.
Yeah, because you're a pleaser.
You broke her stick.
You're not gonna react angrily like I've paid my speed pass. You're going to take the responsibility.
Check my account, lady.
And then she replied,
your fault.
"Well, because obviously when you are a toll taker, you're trained in customer service." So her reply to "Ma'am, I'm truly sorry" was $5.50, please.
Just absolutely unfazed.
Like she's done it a million times.
Probably that day.
And and I said, "I don't know why my speed pass didn't work." She says, "I don't have an answer for that."
Yeah, of course she doesn't.
$5.50, please.
Because that's the D.C. suburb way. Because that's the suburbs of America.
We'll take your money anyway.
Yeah, we'll take your money. We will absolutely give you no idea as to why your car was just ass effed
and then
by a piece of plastic.
She walks over to the limp hanging arm and resets it. And the only thing I can sort of compare it to, have you ever been to a carnival and seen the game where you throw the ball, hit the target, and the seat falls out and the clown goes in the water?
Yes.
Yeah. And then they have to like pull a rope and it goes like
reset the hinge.
Yeah. And there's an actual like ratcheting notion and then like a click when it resets. So she picks up the bar. Ching, and it clicks into place, and she turns to me and says, $5.50, please.
As she was resetting and as she was coming over to you, the fire hydrant with a
safety reflective vest. Yes.
Were you getting the cash out? Did you know that was going to be probably what you'd have to do?
Well, yes and no, but I was watching the situation because, again, I was fascinated by the breakaway bar, and she's only said $5.50, please twice, and I said, "What about the front of my car?" And without looking at it, she says, "Looks okay to me." Never broke eye contact with me. I said, $5.50, please, and I said, "May I leave my automobile and examine the front of my car?" "Yes." And I said, "Okay." So I get out, and there's about 6 cars behind me waiting now.
God.
People that are paying top dollar to use
this is your Kia, right?
Right,
you're getting out of? Okay.
And you know what? I look at it, and obviously the breakaway system designed for success. Probably not designed in the D.C. area.
Not even a scratch?
Not even a ding.
Okay.
And I got in, and I sat down in my car, and I looked at her, and she says, $5.50, please.
Did you, when you got home, hop on the intranets to discover what the issue was with your speed?
I did, and I'm paid up, and it's linked to a live credit card, and there's no reason this should have happened. Although I will say this, when I took the toll road on the way in today, I went through really, really slow.
And it worked.
Perfectly. I have to guess it was just some sort of glitch in the system where it didn't catch the reader. But I know this, that the 2 lanes on the far left do not have the lift gate. And even though there were more people going through there, that is a completely computerized system, devoid of people.
You went to the cash and Easy Pass.
Yeah, because that was the one that had the least line.
Got it.
So I am no longer going to take the risk. I am not. This will not happen again.
Yeah, but now that you know that it's not going to do any damage to your car, I'd go 70 through this.
Blow through it.
Just do it. What the hell? You know?
I thought there was facial recognition technology within these tolls.
Actually, there is.
Right?
And she came back after I paid the toll, and she says, "Why do you shave your mustache like that?"
Do they all have gates now? Do they all have gates?
No. I'd say there is probably 8 lanes open when you go to the main toll center at the airport. I think the first 2 on the left are totally electronic that don't have the lift gate, and the other 6 do have the lift gate and have people, and they can either accept cash, credit, or the speed pass. All of them are equipped ostensibly to accept the speed pass. Obviously, though, lane number 3, not every time.
Do you remember when, at least I remember back when I was in D.C., on the toll roads around certain areas of D.C., they said that you could blast through them and they wouldn't get you.
Really?
Do you remember that? Yeah,
I didn't
that
know
was back in the Don and Mike show days.
I remember.
And then I did it after Don did it because I'd follow him with all the bad behavior that we did.
I know that.
I'll do it too.
Legendarily, on one of the expressways in Chicago for many years in the 70s, it was a 25-cent toll. But the technology being what it was, you could every day pay with a Necco wafer, and it would accept it.
In Chicago, he told that story because Don was a big one on beating tolls.
Yes,
so he used to like to do that all the time. Very, very scary.
Do you know the rapper DMX?
Do I?
Okay.
Yeah,
so I remember you used to do a nice impression of him in the past.
You did?
No, Mike did.
Oh,
Mike would do it.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, I remember.
I don't remember the impression.
Oh yeah,
I really don't remember.
It was it wasn't a long one.
No, it was brief.
Yeah, it was brief. But when we were in Phoenix, I remember the biggest story in Phoenix was they used to have these speed cameras in the Phoenix area on the highway. So if you were driving, you'd be caught on the highway speeding. And DMX was a resident of Scottsdale, and he would drive through the speed camera because everybody knew where it was with a paper bag over his head. So he'd put a paper bag over his head at that mile marker and just blast through it. And this is the problem. DMX had like an old Cutlass Supreme, like one of one. So they knew right away whose car that was.
That's DMX. Yeah, but he's going to be a famous rapper someday.
But no, when he was famous, he would do this because he just wanted to speed. Right. And he actually got away with it because by the rules of Arizona,
you have
to prove that person is driving the car, and there was no proof at that time because he always had a paper bag.
Man had a bag on my head.
Yeah.
There was a bag on his head.
That is a really high tech version of throwing mud on your license plate
with holes cut out, like so he could see.
Yeah,
you know?
and then he would appear, Mike, on the Gong Show as the unknown comic.
If you look up online, you can see it.
Everything's fine. You're up to date.
Everything is fine. Everything is cool. It was just a hiccup in the system, but embarrassed? Yes, absolutely. And
did everybody comfort you when you got home? Were you comforted by everybody?
They don't know what happened.
It's the Michael Mara Show. You can listen to the Michael Mara Show at www.mikeomarashow.com.
Stay tuned for an outstanding entertainment program.
It's the Michael Mara Show.
Let's get down to business.
From the entertainment capital of the world.
I'm so glad I have you right here. Thank God, my eye! I'm gonna poke my eye out! My mother would say, you're doing that on purpose. Putting the microphone in your eye. Why do you do things like that? You're like a crazy person. The other comedians aren't poking their eyes out. Why do you have to do that? One of these days, one of your crazy friends is gonna put a needle in that microphone. Then it's gonna be real funny, isn't it? Walking around with one eye. Why do you do this to your father and I? You're like a mental case on stage. I don't think think you want to see? You probably have your one-eye jokes already written. God, you're like a crazy person. Anything in my house could poke an eye out when I was a kid. Be passing pizza across the table. You're going to take your brother's eye out with that slice. Now put your goggles on and go to bed. And stop rolling around up there. Rolling in the bed. Why are you rolling? Your brothers don't roll. Your father doesn't roll. You're like a crazy person rolling. Rolling, rolling, rolling. You're gonna fall out of that bed and poke your eye out. We couldn't wear tight pants growing up in my family. We couldn't wear tight pants. You're not wearing those tight pants out, mister. Put your big pants on. Going outside with tight pants on. We're big pant people. Get upstairs your room and put your big pants on. The Lobermans are coming over. And you're wearing tight pants. Why? Your father doesn't wear tight pants.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. Mike O'Mara, Robb Spiewak, Oscar Santana. And now, from his office chair, here's Mike.
Rest in peace, Kevin Meaney. We miss you. What a wonderful comedian you were. Live from the Podcast Village studios in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. This is the Mike O'Mara Show. The Mike O'Mara Show, or TMOS to our friends, is a worldwide podcast and radio show with a family of listeners who are unrivaled in their love and support for their program. If you're a first-timer, sit back, relax, and prepare to be entertained. And for our longtime friends, thank you from the bottom of our hearts for spreading the word every day about TMOS. From Phoenix, Maryland to Seneca Falls, New York. From Superior, Wisconsin to Stanton, Virginia. From Colorado Springs to San Diego, the Mike O'Mara Show is on now.
Do you know, I do believe that Seneca Falls is the city they based Bedford Falls on in It's a Wonderful Life.
Do you think it's that bucolic and pretty to visit during the winter?
I would have to double check, but I believe they actually have a It's a Wonderful Life festival there on a yearly basis.
New York?
Yeah.
Seneca Falls, New York.
My roommate in college was from Seneca Falls, New York, and I never put that together.
Oh my God, that's
it's
awesome.
not that big a town.
No. There's another town.
Wow.
There's another town that's very popular on Christmas called Spiewak Falls.
So, welcome to the show. Today's program brought to you by Cornerstone First Financial. Something to consider from Cornerstone First Financial. Economic uncertainty all around the globe has resulted in mortgage interest rates that are at their lowest level in years. Now is the time to take out cash for any reason. Why not pay off that holiday debt now that rates are down and home values are up nationwide? Cornerstone First Financial offers a free float down, so if rates continue to drop while they process your loan, you still get the lower rate. You can refinance now and skip your February payment. And since HELOCs, those are home equity lines of credit, are no longer tax deductible under the new tax plan, you can refi and save hundreds of dollars every month and pay off those bills. Tap into your equity and start 2019 with a clean slate. Plus, you're going to work with friends of TMOS. We love Cornerstone First Financial. Licensed in Maryland, Virginia, D.C., Georgia, Florida, and Colorado. Click their banner on our website. Visit CornerstoneFirst.com or call them at 866-625-1221. Cornerstone First Financial, personal attention from application to closing. And you'll notice Phoenix, Maryland, Seneca Falls, New York, Superior, Wisconsin, Stanton, Virginia, Colorado Springs, San Diego. Keep them coming.
Yes, send them in.
Robb Spiewak and I do not have a system yet, and nothing could be more obvious than the way Robb passes them along to me via text, stool pigeon.
Well, I like yesterday that Oscar
carrier pigeon, I should say.
Oscar texted me one, so I could text it to you.
I thought you write the copy for him.
No, I just sent him to him.
I just sent it to Mike?
Yeah.
I have not yet figured out how to efficiently organize the town names. What I'm doing right now is I've got a handwritten. I get them and then I transfer them onto a page and then I line them out after I read the town name. And I thought at first that I would do the towns for a week,
right?
And it's neither going to last for a full week, nor is it going to be something I do daily. At least not right now.
Why don't we set up a special email that you check every day, and then all the town names go there?
That, you know what, I could actually
send it to Fruitcake.
No. I have one if you're okay with it, Mike, I have one that is active that we can share.
Okay, so this is what will we do?
So we would have
dedicated
email you directly, straight to the source. So you don't have to worry about us.
I would much rather have a place where they could send the stuff and then do we have any more interns? Are there interns working on the show?
Yes.
Or are we internless here?
No, we are. Actually, Nathan started this week, and we have Jesse starting soon.
Do you remember how I said to you today, no, but I want to do it because there's a balance to it that's within my noggin.
That's what I thought you wanted to happen.
That's probably what I should. I'm not going to. I'm not going to.
intern to do it. I don't have time.
I'm not going to. Well, it normally would be an intern task.
Yes. No, not the way you open your show. You decide how you're going to write out.
That always has
the thing about what I like to have is I like to have separation from the towns.
Yeah.
So Phoenix, Maryland is far enough away from Seneca Falls, New York, which is far enough from Superior, Wisconsin, which is far enough from Stanton, Virginia, which is far enough from Colorado Springs, which is far enough from San Diego. Do you understand? I don't want it to be. You wouldn't say from Phoenix, Maryland to Stanton, Virginia.
No,
because that would make it sound like it's all in the DC area.
Sure.
This would solve everything. If we, within our intern post, where we request it for people to come and learn if they're interested, we should ask for someone with a cartography background.
Sure.
And if they have that background,
he's funning with me,
and then that person could be a dedicated.
How about this? This is
my desire. Just both of you, shut up for a second. My desire in this exercise is to make sure that everyone who contacts me who would like to hear their town mentioned in the opening of the show gets that wish.
All right.
Granted.
How about this? We set up an email box. They email their submissions. I go through, and on a daily basis, I send you a list of towns.
You know, I'm going to say something that's going to make your brother drop his jaw here. Don't you do enough already? Don't you do enough already?
You know what? It's not a big deal. If that's the way to streamline it, and that's probably the best way to do it.
Your brain, as far as the list of towns, your brain, and a list of towns.
No, it'll still allow you to space them. I'll just send you a list of towns.
But if you send me the list of towns that has been edited so we don't have any repeats, that would be spectacular.
No
repeats. And that's what we'll do. And by the way, if you want to find research on Seneca Falls, New York, their website is therealbedfordfalls.com. So yes, they embrace it.
Wow.
I mean, I'm so, maybe it's because it's just after Christmas, but I'm so intrigued. Anyway, so we'll get a dedicated email.
I've got the email.
Okay, go ahead.
Mike@MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Okay. Yes. And I will need a password for that.
Oh, yeah. This is the first time
we couldn't set up one that says town names.
No, because you don't use Mike@MikeO'MaraShow.com.
No, I don't.
No, so that could be the town email.
It starts.
Send your town name to send your town name to Mike@MikeO'MaraShow.com. Don't send them to me via
just
Facebook
save $10
anymore.
a month, Mike.
Don't just please do that. All right. So please.
And that's also where you send your submissions for Breakfast with Mike.
Right, Breakfast with Mike.
Now, it's not M-I-C.
Would you like to know
it's M-I-K-E.
Would you like to know the strategies that have made me one of America's most beloved podcasters?
I ask questions.
Each and every breakfast, I'll have famous guests.
And it's like some TED Talk guy. He hasn't had Kobe on yet.
Love to have you with us. It would be wonderful to.
Larry King did a TED Talk.
I love the idea of these towns. It's fascinating to me. I think it's great, and we are all over the country, and it's great, and it's obscure, and I don't care if it's a well-known city. You know, if it's New York, fine. Nobody sent that in yet.
The Big Apple, Mike.
The Apple. Thank you very much. That'll be wonderful. So, are you over your embarrassment with the controversy of your mustache shaving? Which
I was never embarrassed as much as I was just troubled why it meant so much to so many.
Well, we weren't the only ones.
I saw.
Yeah, people had it's a thing. People,
and it wasn't 50-50.
No, it was not 50-50.
No.
The vast majority of people think it's unusual.
Yeah, everybody hates it.
No, there was the picture of James Franco, but even that wasn't a...
well, as you know, if you were to take the time to draw the comparison of all the similarities between me and James Franco.
You're twins, right? You're absolute twins.
Like looking in a mirror.
But what about that one picture that looked like a beetle, but it wasn't?
What do you mean?
There's a mop top guy that someone said, we know now why you did what you did. On the TMOS fan club, if you're a fan there, somebody actually posted a picture of a celebrity, and I don't know the guy's name because I don't know enough about these dead people, but I will show you right now.
Maybe someday you will, and that will be a great day.
But the guy looked like, who I thought was a Beatle, but it wasn't. And then
is it like a 60s or 70s rocker?
Well, if you can bring up the picture, perhaps we could.
I'm working on it as we speak.
But people should know, I'm not going for a look or a similarity to anybody. As I said yesterday, one time.
But let's just button this up once and for all by saying you did it because you thought it made you look cool. Or good, or you didn't do it. Just you don't make an adjustment in your, like, for example, I shave underneath my lip.
Right.
I shave that soul patch that's right here.
Right.
By the way, and I don't think white people should be able to say that. I think that's so I'm going to say I shave that hair that's underneath my lip. Okay.
Very
I don't
good.
think I've earned the right to say soul patch.
All right.
Thank you
Understood.
very much.
Understood.
But I did that because Carla said, "Why don't you just get rid of that? It'll look better." That's why I did it. So anytime you modify your hair on your head, your facial hair, you're doing it because you want to look good. And by the way, Senator Ted Cruz from the great state of Texas, I saw Trump at the border. That Wolverine look that you were sporting yesterday, let me just give you a thumbs up. That doesn't demonstrate that weak chin. That does not bring that home.
It's like
that is
using a highlighter on it.
Jesus Christ. Someone please use that as our picture today. Senator Ted Cruz with his Wolverine beard. It was, I didn't hear a word that was said at the border yesterday because I was staring at Lion Ted's face. It was fantastic.
Well, this weekend I will put new batteries in my trimmer and alter my facial hair. So tune in on Monday.
But you didn't answer my question.
I didn't know there was a question.
The question was, you kept doing. You said originally it was done by a grooming lady,
right?
And you did it because you thought it looked good.
I liked the way it looked. I thought it looked clean.
You
I thought
liked
it looked
the way it looked,
right?
Because you thought you looked good with it.
Exactly.
You don't want to say it, but
Okay.
you
Mike,
thought it looked good.
Who is this?
I
who is
am
this guy?
at my best right now because that's how good I look. I like the way it looks. I did it because I thought it made me look good.
But is it? But it's killing you to say that, right?
I mean, it sounds.
That's Paul McCartney.
Let me see it.
Oh my God! We may have stumbled on to something.
Let me see the picture.
We may have stumbled on to something.
Oh, so that's Paul, like about the Magical Mystery Tour era. So
that is a Beatle.
Yeah,
Oscar Santana. That is Paul McCartney.
I've never seen that picture.
So why are you so hesitant to want to say that? Why do you feel? Why are you making me feel
why?
like I'm forcing you to say you think it makes you look good?
That is sort of self-promoting. I mean, it's not. I don't want.
You're a Beatles mark. You all you have is shoved Paul down our throats for
Is there any
decades.
chance?
Not
is
a
there
chance.
Any chance? Even
not
subconsciously?
Not a chance.
All right,
no.
I believe you. By the way, have I not believed you during every element of this discussion?
No, absolutely. You have been actually, despite the fact you hate the look, you have been a supporter.
I'm sure 2 years ago, Mike, per Robb's story, the barber said, "Let me try this from the 1960s because this is going to look good on you."
Sorry, Oscar. I'd love to jump on that bandwagon, but I just can't. I think that's a listener who came across a picture of Sir Paul, popped it up there. Does it move you at all, that picture of Sir Paul?
No, I don't think it's a good look on him. On me, it looks good.
Do you think it's a natural look, or do you think he shaved that space between the mustache?
Yes.
Because I'd like to know the answer.
I like a side-by-side pony, maybe a show graphic, something that goes out on social.
That looks like it might be natural because it's not tidy enough to look like he shaved it.
Yeah, I think it's natural too. I think it is. Yeah. By the way, can I just say the low residue diet that I've been on now for about a week, which I'm drinking water out the wazoo, and I feel like all the fluid is slowly being sucked out of my body. I got chapped lips. I'm sitting there going like that. It's starting to wear on me.
A doctor told me.
I said, "Doctor,"
for my annual physical, she said, "How you feel?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm not drinking enough liquids. It's just been crazy." She goes, "How much talking do you do a day?" And I said, "Well, a lot. As I've told you a dozen times since I've been here, this is what I do for a living." And she said, that dehydrates you. You just talking. You probably don't realize.
Really?
You get dehydrated as you are talking.
Oh, this is so great because.
Wait a minute, but that shouldn't have any real like physical.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Now, mind you, my general practitioner is in a bad part of town, and she has a medical degree from a foreign land, but she's always available.
But what is so great now is every time he pisses me off, I can just say, Oscar, your health.
Yeah, don't talk so much.
Easy,
that's
buddy.
I barely talk on this show. Are you kidding me? This is the best I've done in years.
I love it when both of you talk. You know what? And that's the thing that makes this show work. I think, frankly, that the three of us don't mind listening to each other.
I love it.
I really do believe that's the key. You couldn't have three people. I mean, if you had people that were always like worried about who's talking, who's not talking, you'd have political persuasions. But anyway, we have to take a little break here. Hi, Chris. Hi,
By
Chris
the way, Mike,
Freitz.
82 seconds on that last discourse.
Thank you for timing me. We'll take a break. If you listen, Chris Freitz and I on Political Persuasions are developing a chemistry that is fun, and it's not because we love each other. It's fun because we like to. I
disagree.
We like to spar. Yeah. We love to spar
because the sparring's based in love.
Right. Would you not agree that since he moved into his home to do that show, he's full of beans?
Oh, absolutely.
I was so happy.
Freight's beans.
Yes, he is.
I can't wait. I cannot wait till after March, and you guys know why?
Yeah.
That when he's doing the show, and it's just havoc in there.
Oh, God, when he has a little baby. Yeah, Chris Freitz is having a baby. Congratulations to the Freitz family.
Chris Freitz.
Yeah, there's gonna be a little tiny baby that wants to always stand up in its crib. We're gonna take a break and we will
and
come
vote
back
for Trump.
I have 2 Netflix movie reviews for you.
Okay,
Bird Box, which I think got some nominations at the Golden Globes, but I'm not 100% sure.
I don't think it made
Roma,
the cut for the time.
a foreign language film, I believe a Mexican film, that was nominated for Golden Globes as well. And I'll tell you about both of them when we come back on the Mike O'Mara Show.
Political Persuasion.
Hey, it's Chris Freitz with Political Persuasions. Mike
There
and I
he is.
are back with the first show of the new year, and we're going to talk about a government that is shut down. These guys aren't even working. We're going to tell you all about the government shutdown, and we'll talk about why Mike doesn't like Elizabeth Warren. Tune in.
You can download Political Persuasions at politicalpersuasions.com, iTunes,
Thank you.
Stitcher,
Thank you.
and wherever fine podcasts are found.
Thank you.
the Warren monologue was a personal highlight for me, Mike.
Thank you very much, Robb. Here's the problem. I think I'll grab a beer. Here's the problem. 66% of men lose their hair by age 35. And by the time you notice, it's too late. It's too late, baby, now it's too late. The solution, forhims.com. Forhims.com is a one-stop shop for hair loss, skin care, and sexual wellness for men. And thanks to science, baldness can be optional. Forhims.com connects you with real doctors and medical-grade solutions to treat hair loss. These are real prescriptions backed by science, no nonsense, plus no waiting rooms, no awkward doctor visits. Just answer a few questions, the doctor reviews it, and the products are shipped directly to your door. It's that easy. I hate doctors' offices. So I love that Forhims.com has made it easy to get what you need. No wasted time or money. It's the best. Remember, it's easier to keep the hair you have than to replace the hair you've lost, so act now. Order now. Our listeners get a trial month of Hims for just $5 today, right now, while supplies last. See website for full details. This would cost you hundreds if you went to the doctor or a pharmacy. Go to forhims.com/TMOS. That's FORHIMS.com/TMOS. Don't wait. Forhims.com/TMOS. Okay, before we get on to other matters of import on the Mike O'Mara Show, let me tell you that Netflix is really blazing a trail with their original programming. They're making basically feature films. And can you guys hear me okay?
Of course.
Uh-huh.
Okay, because you're
just
okay. Did you?
We had a flicker, but you look great.
And the audio never busted.
Well, you're gone now. You're totally gone. So
we'll try to fix
I'm not
that.
sure
Just give me a
what's going
second.
on. Let me just say that Netflix is blazing a trail by creating original movies, real movie theater style feature-length films that they're putting on. One of the biggest, most promoted ones is the Sandra Bullock movie called Bird Box.
Yes.
And Oscar hit me to it and he said, "Oh my God, you haven't watched Bird Box?" I got online and saw 30 million people have watched this film, and I decided to dive in. Now, I mentioned the other night that Mrs. O'Mara and I were watching this and both fell asleep, and then we picked back up last night on Bird Box, and this is the This is the thing about modern cinema today. I think Bird Box is fascinating. It holds my attention. I'm not going to give you any spoiler alerts, but I will tell you that if you don't want to have any trace of a spoiler, what I want you to do is turn the radio down right now, because I'm going to tell you that Bird Box, like so many modern films now, just ends. And that was my one critique with Bird. It just ended.
Oh,
okay.
You'd have to expand on that because.
Well, I'd like to. Here's what I like. Mike, I understand, Oscar. There is a payoff.
Yes,
there is a payoff.
You can talk about it openly.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a payoff at the end because I just don't want to give the details because I think it's too fresh. I don't want to screw it up for people.
Mike, when I tell you that we've got over 50 million people that have seen this.
Okay, already 50.
Yeah. So you may be one of the last people in this country that has seen this movie.
All right. Well, the premise of Bird Box is that Matt Bloom is running the camera, and
I'm blindfolded.
I can't see you guys.
Well, we can't. From Bird Box, Mike.
Of holy fuck!
If you watch even a digital version of the demon,
there you are. Hi.
You will go. You will go crazy.
It is about some Gribbly that's out there, a scary demon.
Yes. The devil.
It's just
it could be the devil. Could be the devil.
Could be the devil.
Can you see me okay?
We see you.
We got you.
We see you.
Am I moving okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is like the old days a little bit. This is driving me crazy right now. You're frozen. But anyway, I'll continue. I'm going to persevere because people can see you and they can see me. So that's all that really matters.
Yes.
Bird Box, they whatever, if they look at something out there in the sky, they'll go crazy and kill themselves or kill other people. That's the premise of Bird Box.
Right. They get weird-looking eyes, and then it's off to the races.
But what I wanted with this movie, what I didn't get with this movie, I wanted the payoff. I wanted to know what the hell was going on. Because when you have a creature or a bad guy or a demon or an exorcism or any of that supernatural stuff, what you want to do when I'm watching a movie is I want to at least know. I don't care if the demon or Gribbly that's out there ends up killing the human race, but I'd like to know what the hell is going on. And you get the solution to they're saved. They go to a Should I say it, Oscar?
Mike, when I say this is the only time I ever feel comfortable you spoiling something.
Yeah, this is like the old Mike, there were old rules that if both people on the show had seen the movie, it was okay to spoil it.
Right.
And so we've all seen it. So
and it came
this
out
is a spoiler alert.
22nd.
Yeah.
Okay. If you haven't seen Bird Box, turn your radio down because I'm going to spoil right now.
Yeah.
The solution at the end is that they go. She finds her way to a compound in the woods that she doesn't know whether it's legit or whether it's real or not, and it ends up being a school for the blind.
Yes.
And that's the solution, and there they are, and that's where all the people that don't want to see the Gribblies in the sky, the scary monster, but you never know what the scary monster is.
Because
you
know
never
why,
know
Mike?
what it is.
Here's the deal. Nowadays, modern thrillers, and this is more of I would say this is more of a psychological thriller than an actual horror movie, but this counts for horror movies too. They're very into being clever. And they're not as much into giving us a solid storytelling payoff. And that's sort of gone away. And that is a very clever ending to the movie. And there's a great setup to it, and it's a wonderful, clever way.
It's a good story. It holds your attention.
Yes, but there's no solid resolution.
There's no meat, and I think that's cheating.
Demon. You do see the demon, though.
Well, when the guy sketches them on the pad.
Bingo. Bingo.
But, I know. Yeah.
It looked like a collection of Garbage Pail Kids.
But didn't you lack any satisfaction at the end because you wanted to get a little? Wouldn't you have liked to know what they do and how we combat them and how we can combat them? That's the way I like my sci-fi, my predictable sci-fi.
Maybe that's your sequel. Maybe they're thinking in that way.
The idea that you're wanting more, they've done their job. I was pleasantly surprised during the holidays when I'm watching this movie and thinking, oh, man, I just came off the Christmas Chronicles for the 4th time with my niece.
Yes.
And now I got to see this demon movie, and is it going to be a happy ending? There's no way they're going to give me a happy ending because as of, I think, 2015.
I'd go back and watch it again. There are
no happy endings.
What if
this gives you enough of a happy ending to say, all right, I get why they ended up at a school for the blind. I get why they could sustain, but what happens next?
Yeah, I mean those people in that compound they're gonna be a whale of a stink. by about the 3-month mark.
Mike, what you need to do is actually take the 2 biggest Netflix movies of last year and combine them. And you have most of the Bird Box stays as it is. But at the end, they reveal the demon, and it's Goldie Hawn. And she's dressed as Mrs. Claus.
Okay, yes, the Christmas Chronicles. How many downloads did that get? Did that get a lot of views?
Monster.
Yeah, that had a huge.
Yeah. And you know what I got? The payoff outside.
Got the O'Mara bump.
You got the O'Mara bump.
The O'Mara bump. That's funny. The O'Mara bump.
The payoff I got from the Christmas Chronicles as we jump from Netflix feature to Netflix feature,
yes,
is that my niece, and this is genuine of a 9-year-old. Because they just like telling you how they feel. No filter.
Right.
Because they thought about what they were going to watch beforehand. Was it going to be Home Alone for the 1,000th time or the Christmas Chronicles?
Look what you did, you little jerk.
Yeah.
They like kids. Little ones love Home Alone. So I have my 5-year-old running around going, ah!
Yeah, you know why? Because every adult in it is an idiot.
Yeah. Yeah. So
that's why they like it.
It started a thing.
Yes, of
right?
course.
So, started a thing.
Daniel Stern.
My niece looks at me. He still thinks I'm cool. Luca, not so much because he's sitting there trying to figure out if he likes girls or not. So she looks at me. She goes, Tio Oscar. I'm like, what's up, Sophia? She goes, I'm happy we watched that movie. I hope there's another one. Like, just joy. Santa Claus. Like, she still believes.
Did you like it? It was a pretty solid film,
we
right?
watched it 3 times.
It was a pretty solid little film. I'd watch it next year.
Yeah.
I'd go watch that next year.
100%.
Now, the other film on Netflix that I wanted to talk about, this was nominated. It's a foreign language film, Roma. And it's, I believe it takes place in Mexico City, but don't hold me to that because it's all subtitles, so it's a little hard for me to figure out.
Is it in Spanish?
It's all in Spanish with subtitles, and
Has
it's about a family.
anything to do with the city of Rome? If it's called Roma?
No, it's called Roma.
Oh, it's about a vacuum that actually vacuums the floor by itself.
That's Roomba.
Oh.
Now, can you find out where it takes place? And it's about a maid that works in a doctor's house in Mexico City and her life. And it is black and white, takes place in 1970, 71. And it is one of the most visually impressive films I have ever seen in my life.
Is it a rich black and white or a 1970s looking black and white?
It's a beautifully rich black and white.
Oh, I'm all in.
It's just incredible. Yes, Oscar Santana.
Co-production in Mexico City, Mike.
Mexico City, and just all it's really. I said, why? I'm riveted by this, Carla, but it's slow. She said, well, because you're just watching a life. And that was the most astute comment about it. You're watching a life, but once again, it just ends. It just ends. That's just the way it goes. But it had enough drama to be riveting, and it was like I hadn't seen a movie like it, and I do. So I give points to that. Both Bird Box and Roma
critically acclaimed. Look at this.
They're not going to be a waste of your time, but it's not going to be totally satisfying either. And it contains...
How long is Roma?
Long time.
Long time.
It's usual movie time, about 90 minutes, I guess.
Okay, I'll take a look.
And so it does contain a gut-wrenching, horrible birth scene that is one of the most gut-wrenching that I've ever seen in my life. It was absolutely devastating to watch, and but it's amazing how they do this, and the life of this.
Can I ask a
this
movie
poor young
nerd
woman.
question?
It was spectacular. Yes.
When you talk about the birth sequence, is it graphic to a point where there's some blood in it?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know the reason? One of the reasons that Alfred Hitchcock shot Psycho in black and white, one was budgetary, but also he felt that it would have been too visually unappealing to see the shower scene in color. So maybe one of the reasons they shot this in black and white is they could convey the horror of that or the intenseness of that birth scene without bright red.
I don't know. I really don't know.
I look forward to seeing it. I do.
It was very, very unique, and so those are 2 recommendations for you because I do that occasionally. I don't just scream about Mary Poppins. And by the way, getting some love about the Mary Poppins. Some people are backing me up a little bit.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I was very happy to see that. Haven't gotten a lot of hate on that, which I normally get right away. You know, I found that out with The Big Bang Theory. I really did. I found that, and I try not to make that mistake anymore. I really do. Yes.
Yesterday, because TBS. And they might do this for some time. I don't know. First, I was waiting. My wife is under the weather a bit, and when she's under the weather,
I'm sorry, Shannon. I hope you feel better.
I have to. I think she needs nurturing. I found. like the buck up, do my best, not your best pep talks have been working in 2018. So I'm working on 2019 new Oscar.
So that didn't work?
Didn't
when
really
she was
work
sick, when you just tell her to be better?
I said,
buck up.
Do my best, not your best.
Right.
So that wasn't really working. So in 2019, as I had a pep talk, my sister gave me a pep talk that I should be nicer to my wife when we were in Orlando.
Did she really? Well, God bless her.
Well, I said, look.
I love when sisters get involved.
I said,
this is Tatiana?
I said, you don't know, like, I do everything. She wants for nothing.
Did I have the name right?
Yes,
I
Tatiana.
think so,
yes,
yeah.
yeah, you're right.
All right, Tatiana.
She said, look, sometimes you're a little short. You're not as loving as you should be. And I said, look, if I had
you're around. You know what you are? You're around those horde people all day long.
That's right.
Those cavemen.
it has nothing to do. They made me stronger, if anything, Mike.
No.
And also remember,
a little sensitivity goes a long way, Oscar.
Andy's dehydrated because he runs his mouth all damn day.
So take your inner decency as a human being, that inner thoughtfulness that we all admire about you, and channel that into that poor deer's world.
So I said, Shannon, in 29, I told my sister, I said, look, I don't know if you talked to Tati, and she says that sometimes it can be a little authoritative, and I'm going to work in.
Did she say authoritative or did she say cruel?
No, she said you're not running a dictatorship.
Amen.
And I said, look, you can stay. I said, hey, your husband is a pediatric intensivist. You are a pediatrician. You both have buying power in the relationship. My wife is on full scholarship. So I have the buying power, so I make the rules. And my sister stared at me and said, this is what I'm talking about. Yes, I get that you sacrifice for the family, but I'm asking you as your sister, just try at least for 3 months to be the person I remember when you were courting your wife, right? So I said, all right, we'll see what happens. I just said, thanks for the pep talk. I'll take it with a grain of salt and move on.
I think we all remember the legendary courtship, Mike.
Yes.
The courtship was a thing of beauty as far as
really
I
was
concerned. It was a special thing. So, I mean, when she gave you this pep talk, and I'm very curious about this, did you take it to heart?
Yeah, I do.
You took it to heart.
I think it lasted a solid. Well, we're still into the month of January, so then
Rob, you observe it more than I observe it. How would you?
I'm
rate,
not a monster at work.
No, I don't see a lot of monstrosity here in the office.
No.
Sometimes, but you know what? Brief flashes.
Yeah, but don't you think that she's a bit of a pill as well?
A pill? See, that's not nice. That's
not only is that nice, it's a phrase from 1950. Don't be a pill. No, I think she is one of the most positive influences to get things done at PV.
Well, she's got her, but she has her own way of saying things as well.
Well, she has her opinions. We all do.
Well, you know what? It's a different world. It's a different world.
Why don't you weigh in?
You know, I will say Shannon does not like when you say that.
That's true.
It is. It's very.
That you're a pill. That she's a pill.
No.
Yeah. You know what? I'll get you a copy of Sympathy for Dummies.
Okay. Thank you.
You know what? Well, I'm glad that you're doing that, and it's a journey. As Rob would tell you, and I would tell you, it's a journey. I leave you. I shouldn't do this, but we have to go to break here.
Yes, we do.
I leave you because we're talking about marriage, and I hesitate to. I've talked about this individual who's a guy that I know, probably on the conservative side, got no real idea of what his politics are.
Is it Chris
but I can
Freites?
guess. And he sends me, those people that send you constant emails of funnies that they think, and some of them cross the line severely, and some of them don't cross the line. And he's going to be pleased today because of this discussion. I will share the joke that he sent me today. All right, this old-timey joke, but I laughed.
Okay.
I'd be lying to you if I told you I didn't laugh, and I will share it. Are you ready for the joke?
Ready.
It's a joke about marriage. A husband calls his wife. This is the call. Says to his wife, honey, it's me. I don't want to alarm you, but I was hit by a car as I was leaving the office. Paula brought me to the hospital. They have checked me over and done some tests and some x-rays. The blow to my head was severe. Fortunately, it did not cause any serious internal injuries. However, I have 3 broken ribs, a compound fracture in the left leg, and they think they may have to amputate my right foot. His wife says, who the fuck is Paula? All right, there we go. Welcome to marriage, ladies and gentlemen. He will be thrilled. He will be thrilled that I told the joke. I'm going to tell him, and God knows I will get 50 a day now, but I'm going to tell him. But that was the joke that I heard. We'll take a break. and come back with more fun and more thrills on the Mike O'Mara Show.
This week on the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show.
Rob Ford does not look like he wants to come in here, but he's coming in here. All right.
See, he doesn't want to come in because he
it's
doesn't
Rob
want to see
Ford
me.
in a hat.
He hates me.
Actually, he looks a little affable right now. He's fine.
He's
Rob,
affable. He's laughable.
Why don't you come around here?
It's Robert Ford.
Ford, before we dive into this investigation.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Rob Ford.
Rofo.
Mike O'Mara.
The Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Because 5 hours a week just ain't enough. Always available at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, brought to you by Beachbody On Demand. A new year. Time for a new you, so you need Beachbody On Demand. Beachbody On Demand, an easy-to-use streaming service. God, it's terrific. It gives you instant access to a wide variety of workouts that you can do from the comfort of your living room. Get your iPad out and do it 24/7. This is the company behind, listen to all of these, P90X Insanity 21-Day Fix, 3-week yoga retreat, many, many more. You can try it absolutely free. Get motivated by celebrity super trainers. Carla's more than, she's got, 80-day obsession, and she is day 50 as of yesterday.
5/8 or 62.5%.
It looks amazing. She loves her 80-day obsession. You got to try Beachbody On Demand. Hundreds of workouts for all fitness levels that you can access on any smart device. I know, Oscar, you love it as well. You've been doing this forever. I'm so pleased that we're associated with them. I really want you to try this service because it will make you feel better inside and out. I promise. Get in shape with Oscar. Right now, our listeners can get a special free trial membership, including their new 14-day results plan where you can lose up to 9 pounds in the first 2 weeks. Just text TMOS to 303030. That's full access to this entire platform for free. All the workouts, the nutrition information, and the results plan that will get you super fast results and support totally free. Again, just text TMOS to 303030 for Beachbody On Demand. So it didn't last, this thing with your wife? It didn't?
Well, the reason why I rolled into that, and I didn't know I was going to divulge as much information as I had, but I had yesterday around 7 p.m., my wife had to go into the yoga studio.
Right.
And usually I throw her in an Uber X and she rolls on to work. Now,
I throw her in an Uber.
God, it's great. Give her a little kiss, pair of pantyhose, some chocolates, and off she goes.
Little lady.
Hey, you like these nylons? I got these down at the department store for you, baby.
So I said, as I'm sitting there with Charlie Burney in the office, I said, Charlie, do you mind? By the way, 7 o'clock is not late in a regular workplace, or not early in a regular workplace to leave, but we usually leave around 10 p.m. So I said, okay, do you mind if I dip out early? Shan's not feeling well. I'm going to drive her to work. And I asked my wife, do you have to go in? You can call out. She said, no, I have to go in. So it's fine. So I say, Peach, I'm going to drive you. I'll scoop the dog. I'm going to take you. We'll drop you off like a husband would that still loves his wife. Now, what I didn't plan for is the 2 hours that I'd have to wait to pick her up a little later, because apparently a drop-off means a pickup later on, right? So by that time, I was like, oh, should I go back to work? Is Rob Ford's there? Maybe we can go to Good Guys and then get back out. I don't know. We have some time. I have options. I don't usually have this.
Yeah. Rob Ford is Oscar's booby buddy.
Yes.
I didn't realize Good Guys was so close to the top of the list of things to do. I thought it might be at number 5 or 6.
If you got a couple hours to kill, why not do that?
Sure.
So it's either that or Wingo's, and who knows when I black out at Wingo's.
Right.
Now, I can't drive and I can't drink, right? So you can just you gotta bide your time.
Right.
I go home. I said I can't do anything fun. I will just rot here and watch whatever's on TV. The nightly news was boring. Fast forwarded through that, moved on. And then whatever was, I think it might have been TBS, was doing a marathon of what was a solid couple Seinfeld episodes, old school, and then it went into the Big Bang Theory. And I sat there and I said, well, I got to rot here anyways until she's done at work. So I'm going to watch The Big Bang Theory and give it one more shot. This is probably the 7th time I've tried to watch this.
Going into this, what is your opinion of Big Bang Theory before you give it the 7th try?
I said, I can't believe I drove my wife to work. Now I got to pick her up. I guess I'm rotting. This is my penance. Let's see what happens.
So not a positive feeling going in is what I'm saying.
You gave it another go.
Yes. And if I'm being completely transparent as well. The dog was laying on top of me, so the remote was too far to change the channel.
That is so sexy.
Yeah. I'm dying to know what you thought about it.
It was an episode where the crew goes to the comic book store and they are entering a comic book, superhero costume, and they recruit the hot girl from across the hall's boyfriend to be Superman. And I'm like, maybe at least we see the blonde in a Wonder Woman outfit. There's got to be some sort of payoff. Now, what's her name?
Kaylee Kyoko?
Yes.
Kuoko?
Now, when you put, I would say, a 6 or a 7 in the 1 to 10 scale as far as hotness is concerned around a bunch of nerds, yes, she looks like a 10.
Right.
And then you put her in a Wonder Woman outfit, and you're like, I've spent about 20 minutes staring at the screen, and it's her and then all dudes. I'm like, all right, she's gone to an 8 in a Wonder Woman outfit.
It's forced perspective. It's the reason the buildings look so tall at Disney World.
Got it.
Yes. So I'm like, this is fine. This could turn into a funny bit because I have over the past 10 years embraced the comic book world and a little more about this.
Enough to understand the comedy.
Yes. So I'm like, all right. I got maybe one chuckle out of the 50 laugh tracks they laid into that show. One chuckle.
You're panning it. You're panning it.
I don't get it. And this is not generational. I am not old. I have tried this when it was popular. When it was
you watch sitcoms more than anybody, Rob. Can you and I'm not I've trashed it without really diving in. I haven't given it a fair shake.
I've given it a couple fair shakes.
It.
I think what it is too broadly written. I think we are a smarter society now. There are broad comedies that I will still watch.
We're going to get beaten up today. You know that. We're going to get beaten up.
I wanted to come in here and say I loved it. We were wrong.
We're not going to get beaten up because the fans of Big Bang Theory don't hit very hard.
Oh, my God.
Don't hurt me.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God. We're running late.
We are running late. But I think it is too broadly written for their base, and the people that like it love it, but it is not a broad appeal show. I can't make myself watch it.
But the ratings are massive.
Yeah, well, you know what? It's divisive television now. If you get a small core of people that watch, you're going to have good ratings.
So you don't think it's people? It's not for the smart people.
I never said that.
You're saying it's for the dullard.
I'm not saying that.
Have you read the blowback we get when we trash that show? People adore that show. I mean, people have left the fan club over this issue.
True.
They adore this show. They
but
love
if
this
you
show.
look at Jim Parsons, that's a caricature. That's not. It's just so broadly and easily written. It's the same really complaint I have about shows like Family Guy. They're funny, but there's very little nuance to it.
I think I reacted negatively at the very beginning when I thought it was going to be soft porn. Big Bang Theory. I thought it was going to be something special. It never was. So that's unfortunate. That sucks. We're going to take a break. When we come back, hey, it's the first Oscars Take.
Hey, Oscars Take!
Woo! Which, by the way, I didn't know was Oscars Take until halfway through it, so I wrote it like a regular newscast. We'll be right back.
Shining up through my shoes.
Hi, this is Golden Globe winning actor Jeff Bridges, coming to you from deep beneath the sea. And when I need anything, I always use the TMOS shopping center. It's the best, man. Super far out. Whether it's Target, Macy's, or Walmart, I get everything I need just by clicking the banner at MikeO'MaraShow.com. So whether it's krill or blowhole grease or eyebrow scissors for my brother Bo, I always get a whale of a deal. Plus, I love supporting the dudes at TMOS. It's groovy, man. So hit the TMOS website and spend some dough, or I might swallow you whole. Yeah, man.
Thank you, Jeff. I mean, whale. Whatever.
Jeff the
welcome
whale.
back to the Mike O'Mara Show. Brought to you by our TMOS Shopping Center. Hey, you with the long face. Are you sad? Are you sad, Bubba? Is that the way you wanted me to read it?
It's more like Bubba. Like,
What's that?
It's short for Bubbala, so it's like, are you
sad,
sad
Bubba?
Bubby?
Are you sad, Bubba? Can I cheer you up right now? It's so easy. Go buy yourself anything you want with a few clicks of your mouse. Just take a virtual trip to the TMOS Shopping Center, your 3-in-1 shopping destination featuring Macy's.com, Target.com, and Walmart.com.
Internet sites.
Yes.
When you shop them through our portal, you're supporting the Mike O'Mara Show, and that makes everybody happy. Just make sure you access Macy's, Target, and Walmart through their banners on our website. You can't miss them. So don't deprive yourself. Treat yourself right now by clicking through at MikeO'MaraShow.com. Costs you nothing, means the world to us. Macy's, Target, Walmart, and TMOS, the fearsome foursome of online shopping excellence. Buy yourself something nice. You deserve it. And now, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Oscar's Take.
Oscar's Take. A review and comment on the news is only our Bolivian bloviator can do it. The views and opinions expressed by Oscar Santana do not in any way reflect the views of the Mike O'Mara Show, its listeners, or
the right-thinking people of the United States of America. And now, without further ado, Ernie Anderson, Oscar's Take.
Oscar's Take. Take.
Oscar?
Yes, Mike.
You know, we made a switch on the Mike O'Mara Show a while back to Macy's, Target, and Walmart.
Yes,
and,
the shopping center.
We left Amazon, and this is not related, but we left them because they were hinky to deal with. Let's be honest with you. All right,
I think we addressed this. Yes,
Amazon founder Jeff Bezos and his wife Mackenzie did not have a prenup, according to sources. That means it's likely they will split their $136 billion fortune right down the middle. Most reputable sources say Jeff and his girlfriend Lauren Sanchez didn't hook up until their respective marriages were over, but the National Enquirer might be trying to paint a different picture. They got hold of some raunchy texts that Jeff sent Lauren.
Can you believe the National Enquirer is still a thing?
Yeah, well, look what they got here.
Yeah.
They got hold of some raunchy tests Jeff sent Lauren, including a picture of his junk.
Hey!
And they claim some of these texts were sent before Jeff and Lauren claimed they started dating. Us Weekly says Lauren's husband was blindsided by their affair. Reach for comment. Bezos told the Enquirer that he, quote, supports journalistic efforts and does not intend to discourage reporting about him. All right, there. So what's your take on that, Oscar?
Two issues here, Mike. There's a term called dream killer that I learned in Scottsdale, Arizona, where you have a beautiful woman. I guess this could actually work for a man as well.
Sure.
That finds a successful man, or vice versa, and whatever dreams they have, that stops becoming their top priority. So that's one.
Okay.
I think this is an issue here. This could be the end of innovation because he has put the P on the pedestal. And that in itself can ruin a person.
Yeah.
And that does not allow you to see beyond the forest. You just can't. You can't see that. You can't see that.
Is that a grooming comment?
No, you just can't get past there.
Okay.
Well, the idea of that man and his stature, sending a D-pic to that gets discovered. Like, come on.
Last night, Seth Meyers said the worst thing about that is that the text under the picture, it said, if you like this, here are some other items you might like.
You're listening to Oscar's Take.
Oscar's Take.
Oscar, this weekend, Sarah Thomas will become the first woman to officiate an NFL playoff game. She's on the crew that's working Sunday's divisional game between L.A. and the New England Patriots. That's the Chargers. Of course, Sarah isn't new. The NFL hired her back in 2015. She was the league's first full-time female official, and before that, she was the first woman to officiate a major college football game. For what it's worth, Sarah will have more responsibility than just checking the inflation of Tom Brady's ball.
Now, you stop that. Now, cut that out.
What are you guys,
the
Barstool
down
Sports?
judge. She is the down judge. I didn't write that. I'm sorry. She's a Mike. Edit your copy. She's the down judge, which is just under the head referee and umpire. Down judges manage the chain, set the line of scrimmage, mark the spot where the play ends, and make line of scrimmage calls like false starts and offsides. Big responsibility.
She also brings snacks for the line crew.
Stop it! God, hit the thing. Hit the thing for yourself.
Why
Jesus
get it
Christ!
for us? What the hell?
Sarah was just promoted to down judge last season. She previously served as line judge. What's your take on that, Oscar?
Mike, I think we're in a space right now. I appreciate you bringing this up. This should be a non-issue gender-wise. It's not like she's playing the game; she's officiating, and I would say that whether you're a man or woman, you have to be qualified to do this job.
I agree.
And I mean, the issues as far as if she gets hit on the field, if there's a collision. that would happen regardless of where you are in the league. This happens in college. This happens when you're playing in high school. It does not matter. It's great that there's an opportunity here for a woman. I really believe at this point, we celebrate this, but it's not that shocking. So let's
I don't think it's that big a deal.
Let's say this is the norm. It's 2019. If it took this long, shame on them. But here we are. Here we are.
And the last thing I wanted to say is no more reviews. Please don't review stuff. Thank you very much. You're listening to Oscar's Take.
Oscar's Take.
Oscar, if you've held off on seeing Bohemian Rhapsody until you can watch it with a bunch of people you don't know who are belting out the songs at the top of their lungs along with the movie, well, today's your day. A sing-along version of the movie is hitting 750 theaters across the country. Okay, it's your take. Beginning today, the song lyrics will be displayed on the screen karaoke style, and the audience will be allowed to perform during the film. What is your take on that, Oscar?
I think the closest I've ever been to this was when I was invited to a viewing of Little Shop of Horrors. And when I was in high school by some theater dorks. And I said...
Are you sure it was Little Shop of Horrors or was it the Rocky Horror Picture Show?
Oh, that's what it was. I'm sorry. Yes, that's what it was. That's what it was.
Rocky Horror Picture Show.
And I said, no, I like
the devil's in the details.
I like having sex with women. I'm not going to do that with you this weekend. And said no. Now,
when you stayed home, did you actually have sex with a woman?
No, but I was probably having sex with my girlfriend at the time. So I would say...
What?
You know what I mean. I don't know. I actually like doing things on the weekends, not dressing up and throwing stuff at the screen.
I see.
He's rolling. Let him roll.
Thank you. Let me roll. Now, I said, no, dorks, I'm not going to do that with you, but I would do this. I actually have such, I guess, love and compassion for Robbie. What's his last name? Malik?
Spiewak.
Not Spiewak.
Malik.
Yeah, Malik. Yes.
Robbie Malik.
Yes, because
Rami Malik.
I'm sorry, Rami.
Mike, what are you doing with your mouth?
I'm 59. I have no way of physically doing a Rami Malik impression, but I'm trying to get my upper lip to go over my entire mouth with the.
I have a
look like a Dick Tracy.
I have a Steve for Rami Malik. I'm all over the place.
Okay,
right. I love him from Mr. Robot, and when he won this Golden Globe, I said, "Damn, like this is a movie I definitely need to see in the theater." So your story just now gave me a reason to go, and Shannon loves singing, so I'm trying to be a better husband. And
you may go to this.
I would go to this. Because she loves singing and I can't sing.
You sing better. You sing better than you let on. You know that, don't you?
You've heard me sing.
I have heard you sing.
Let's move on. Thank you very much. And finally, Oscar's Take.
Oscar's Take.
Yes, Oscar, Costco just started selling 27-pound buckets of mac and cheese.
I'll be right back.
That is 6 gallons. It's got 180 servings, and it has a shelf life of 20 years. If you want one, it costs $90. So just $2 per serving, or maybe it's $90 per serving if you approach this bucket like Robb Spiewak will. Unfortunately, the last time we checked, it was sold out online.
Oh, no!
Of course it was. Of course it was.
This is perfect on 2 levels. One is... I want someone in our audience to buy this once it comes back on the market. 2, my wife is now obsessed with the show Baskets, so she calls it Buckets once in a while. And if you haven't seen Baskets, Rob has been screaming about the show to the entire team for some time.
Yeah.
Now, Baskets is set in Costco. It is a character within the actual program.
I would actually say Costco is a character in the show because it is such a big part of it.
Now you got me. Yeah. You got me with that,
So
really.
I could see within the next season of Buckets or Baskets that the mom, played by Louis Anderson,
Mrs.
buys
Baskets.
a bucket of mac and cheese because she's having family dinner night.
And she'll say, you know, it really is so good, and they keep the prices down.
I gotta watch that show with Louis Anderson. All right,
it's the best.
That is Oscar's Take, ladies and gentlemen. We will take a break. When we come back, it is the final audio vault of the week with Mr. Robb Mustache Spiewak right here on the Mike O'Mara Show. We'll be right back. Let's get to know our friend at KCJJ, Jim Hunter. Jim is the morning news guy and wacky sidekick on the Captain Steve Platter Patrol morning show. He also is the afternoon DJ on 99 Plus KFMH Pirate Radio. His silky warm voice and pleasant on-air demeanor have made him a radio favorite for years. And ladies, he's single. But best of all, he's a big part of the mighty 1630 KCJJ, the terrestrial flagship broadcast home of the Mike O'Mara Show since 2009. Thank you, Jim, and thank you, KCJJ. You're the best.
1630 KCJJ.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, everybody. You know, just the other day, I was looking at television and I landed on a delightful film called Tooth Fairy.
I've seen it. Yeah.
What a hoot. As I'm sure you remember, it stars Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as a hockey player who, get this, has to be the Tooth Fairy for one whole week.
Yes.
Oh, can you imagine? What a rib tickler. I love The Rock. He's really fine. Really, really fine. He's just fine. He makes me yell, I want to rock. If you want to rock, then maybe you should look into getting the Mike O'Mara Show bonus show. Because it really rocks. The Mike O'Mara bonus show is the 6th episode that we record every week. You'll love this one. I know you will. I guarantee.
It's a great one.
It can be yours for just a few extra pennies. You get extra fun and extra laughs. Get it today. Go on and get our bonus show today.
Pause this. Buy it now. Come back. We'll wait.
Right. Just go to MikeO'MaraShow.com. Click bonus banner. It helps the show. Quit sucking. Buy the bonus show. Thank you very much. Let's open up the audio vault for today, Friday, Jan 11, 2019. Robb Spiewak.
Thank God it's Friday!
Now, do you believe in time travel?
No.
Do you think it could ever happen?
Yes.
Ooh, great question.
Because I had a physics teacher in college that explained to us in really simple terms how, in theory, it could work.
Okay.
This is what troubles me. For the first time in many, many years, yesterday, one of the trending topics on the internet, Mike, was actor Robert Culp. Do you know why?
Oh, okay. He was I Spy, right?
Yes, but before that, he was on a CBS show that ran for 2 seasons called Trackdown. It was a Western. And they unearthed an episode from 1958, and here is the plot. A snake oil salesman comes to his small Western town and claims that there is danger in the forms of meteorites, but danger that is going to destroy their town unless he allows the town to pay him money to build a wall. The name of the snake oil salesman is Trump. This aired in 1958.
Hobie had checked the town. The people were ready to believe. Like sheep, they ran toward the slaughterhouse. And waiting for them was the high priest of fraud.
I am the only one. Just me. I can build a wall around your homes that nothing will penetrate.
What do we do? How do we save ourselves?
You ask, how do you build that wall? You ask, and I'm here to tell you.
You're a liar, Trump. There's not going to be any rain of fire.
Can you deny the meteorites will come? Can you deny the comet?
Well, it's not going to happen the way you say it is.
So this guy Trump comes to town and says, unless we build the wall, the entire populace is in danger. And that aired in 1958.
That's weird.
Very, very weird.
God, that's weird. How?
Where
And
did
somebody
you
had to
find
really.
that?
It was trending on the internet yesterday, and I had to watch it. By the way, I am not a big fan of television westerns, and this one sucks. This is Gunsmoke bad. But I watched the episode. By the way, the town survives. Robert Culp is the hero. But just there's too bad enough, weird enough, I'll say, that they had a snake oil salesman named Trump. That would have been worthy enough. But the fact that his scam
on the internet, absolutely,
his scam is building a wall, wild.
Very, very weird. Very strange. My mouth was hanging open the whole time you were playing that.
Now,
That's wild.
Let's go back to 2004. That's not so long ago, when the real Donald Trump was the commencement speech speaker at Wagner College in Staten Island. He offered this piece of advice.
Never, ever give up. Don't give up. Don't allow it to happen. If there's a concrete wall in front of you, go through it, go over it, go around it, but get to the other side of that wall.
Comment withheld.
Yeah, I know. And that's everywhere, too.
I know.
And that's not
haven't
nearly
heard
as fascinating as that Western thing.
And by
That
the way,
is
it's called,
really
Mike, the
amazing.
entire episode is online. It's called Trackdown. If you want to take a peek
Trackdown.
at it. Oh, you know who's
my
in it? Is
God.
Ellen Corby, who played the grandmother on The Waltons.
Oh, on the Waltons.
And in 1958, still old.
Oh, wow. That's great.
All right.
I wasn't born yet.
Let's turn our attention to our creepy guy of the week, maybe the month.
Okay.
There's a documentary that has just been released called $40 a Pop. And that's not really gross until I tell you what the documentary is about. It's about a guy who is finding children that were born because of his sperm donations.
It's gross.
Wait,
Nasty.
It gets creepier because he found one of his daughters and they found each other via the internet. They swapped emails. He went to meet her. And after meeting his daughter, he began to date the woman who carried the daughter with his sperm. They're now dating.
It's kind of like I'm living in a science fiction story. When we met in person, the
Can you pause it real
attraction
quick?
seemed...
Yeah, by the way, he looks exactly the way you think he looks.
This guy
Yeah,
sounds
the guy
like a
with-
creep.
He's a creep.
Creep.
Yeah.
He is a creep.
Slimy.
harder for either of us to deny.
You think you might have more kids?
It's very hard to say. I did a little bit of pretty shoddy math and came up with a figure of 67 as a maximum. I'm not going to be these kids' parents, but
I'm
I
so
feel like I can
creepy and
be-
excited. Creep.
They're friends, and I can be just someone for them to look at and think about when they contemplate nurture and nature questions.
Okay.
This
All right,
guy
I can't listen to that
is
guy.
a
so
fan
gross.
of the Big Bang Theory.
Oh, he loves the Big Bang Theory.
No. Send the letters to Oscar. You're going to have a weekend full of them. You're going to have a full mailbox this weekend.
Oh, it's fine. The name of that guy is Jim Amato, is the name of the guy in that.
Yeah.
Tony!
I was submitting some selections for the TMOS Pinups Appreciation Society.
That's simply a joke, and it was written by Matthew Bloom, Bluhm. Okay, have you heard this song? My kids are too old, but I think your kid might be right in the age range for it. This is a popular video. It's sort of K-pop music, but it's called Baby Shark.
Oh, yeah.
Haven't had the pleasure.
Do what you can to prevent your son from hearing it, and I'll tell you why.
Baby shark, baby shark, baby shark. Mommy
All right,
shark.
you know, you're telling me do what you can to keep it from him, and now I'm chomping at the bit to play it.
He's going to sing it.
This song debuted on the Billboard Hot 100 this week at number 32.
Yeah.
That's how popular it is right now.
My niece was singing it.
And there is a K-pop video that accompanies it. And there's
What's
a
the
dance.
title of the song?
Baby Shark. It's by Pink Fong, F-O-N-G.
Yeah, not thong.
Baby Shark.
Thong.
I love a stupid, simple song.
It's only 90
The
seconds
kids love.
long. But I will say this, somehow it seems longer.
It sure does. Yeah. Well, okay, I'm sorry. I know what he's asking for. Give it to him, boys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Baby Shark. Number 32. Will it go higher? Stay tuned.
Yes, the hits get smaller.
And we close with this. I don't know why I found this as the numbers.
Pictures I was
The
supposed to
hits
see.
get
What?
bigger
Okay.
as the numbers get smaller.
Thank you. I got it right.
I don't know why I found this as entertaining as I did. Do you ever get a text from a youngster that's just emojis? I mean, no word at all.
It said we're at the 122 mark.
Exactly. That's a real text. The thing is, this guy got a text from his daughter that is just emojis, but he had Siri read it to him. I thought this was really great.
Theo Reynolds said, 35 emoji, a grinning face, a sunglasses face, a crazy face, 7 smiley faces, a face crying with laughter, 2 faces with tongue out, 2 faces with monocles, 2 smirking faces.
Siri
3 party
explains
faces.
emojis to people.
This is an Apple CarPlay. This is the new in the cars that have
Down
Apple
face,
CarPlay. It reads
2
you the
faces
text,
rolling on the
so
floor
it'll read you the
laughing,
emojis
a
as
sad
well.
Face, an unamused face, 2 nerd faces, 3 winking faces, and
And so he
worried
just put a
face.
ton of emojis up there
Would you
just to
like to
get Siri to
reply?
do that. That's funny.
Yeah, so that is your
I
magic
approve.
audio. Do it to somebody this weekend. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Baby Shark.
Baby Shark.
Might be in the car this weekend. Another one in the can. Thanks for joining us for another riveting episode of the Mike O'Mara Show. Remember, get the bonus show. It makes a great gift.
Oh,
It's easy as pie.
This week's bonus show.
Yeah.
It's gonna roll into Monday's show.
Oh, you need to
Yes.
hear the bonus show if you want to understand
Yeah.
Monday's show.
Yeah, we have an investigation that takes place. if you want to be part of Monday's show and understand what's going on, I don't like to extort you.
No.
But you need to kind of check in on the
May
bonus
I give
show.
a teaser?
Yeah, go ahead.
This involves destruction of property.
There it is. It's as simple as that. Tune into the bonus show today, and then we'll do a follow-up on Monday's show. For Oscar Santana and Rob Spiewak, Mike O'Mara, thanking you for your continued amazing support for the best part of your day, the Mike O'Mara Show. Bye-bye, everybody!
So long.
Ciao, ciao.
Before you go, please make a mental note. Today's show was made possible by the TMOS bonus packages. You can secure yours right now by going to MikeO'MaraShow.com and clicking on the red bonus banner. Buy it or give it. Either way, you're helping out TMOS, and that's a good thing. Thank you, and go in peace.
Thank God it's Friday! Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
Goodbye, dude.